Hello, everyone. It's time again for another episode of Digital Recess. We haven't done that in a while because we suck. But it's your old buddy Charles, aka TrollBeard, aka the internet's creepy uncle. I'm joined today by Jacob at Best in the Realm Hotter. How you doing there, bud?
Doing good.
And
Doing better now. We're back on the show.
well, that's the problem of everybody involved trying to be adults with real life shit happening.
It sucks.
We're joined today as well by new friend here,
New
Joseph
blood.
V12.
Hello.
I guess that's how you like to say that.
Oh yeah,
What are you on Twitch and
the gaming devil 420.
420. Boo, 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 boo.
You know, that reminds me of something that just happened here. I live in Arkansas, sadly, at the moment, and they just legalized medical marijuana in the state.
Congrats.
So on my drive to work, like right at the county line, because I live in a dry county, because it's the South, and it sucks. Well, it's the religious South. There's other parts of the South that are wild and unclaimed lands like Florida and Texas.
I was gonna say, I don't know if that's a thing in Florida. Florida is weird because it's the most southern state, but it's also not the South.
Yeah,
It's the weird inverse. Is like it's the northern part of the state that is the South. It's the southern part of Florida that isn't the South.
You've gone so far south, you're no longer south.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how it rolls.
It's fucking Twilight Zone down there.
It is.
But so as I drive by, I forgot this had even happened because I don't give a fuck. Like I sold drugs at one point in my life, but I was never used them, so I never cared. But I was driving by and I'd see the liquor store, and then there's this plain white building. I had noticed it got painted over like months ago. It used to be like this bar, restaurant place on the side of the road that was always shady and sad. Looked like, ladies in their 40s would go to get finger popped.
Oh god.
But it shut down. They went out of business because it was like in a weird spot for no reason. It's like it wasn't successful. So I drive by and I see this building, and now there's like a sign that says doctor's orders and a phone number. Like, what the fuck is that? But the reason why I notice is that there's 50 fucking cars in front of this building.
Yep.
Wow.
What happened here?
And the thing is, I was like, why was that building so packed? And I forgot about it. I went to work. I did my day. And as I'm driving back home, there's even more cars in the morning. Because I drove by this place at like 5:30 in the morning. And there was that many cars already outside. It's like, what the hell is going on? So when I drive by, like in the afternoon, heading home from work, I see like the parking lot area of this place full, the lot next to it full, across this little dirt road that's on the side of the building. There's an empty lot over there that's got like 12 cars in it. And then I just had to Google it. I was like, what is this building? And it's like one of the 15 dispensaries in the state that are opening up on opening day. And I was like, they don't open until Monday. So there's all these people here trying to register their paperwork, I guess, so that they can just like skate in and skate out whenever they can legally buy stuff. But yeah, it was like the whole weekend. There was just cars lined up. Just
Now, I got to ask Joseph, because I know most while you're telling that story. Did motherfucking Seth Rollins just show up to your house, Joseph?
Like, I had to mute myself real fast with my ringtone. I'm a big Seth Rollins fan. That's one.
Clearly.
And like, my
Awesome.
dad called me. That's his ringtone. And I muted myself as fast as I can. I forgot to put my phone on vibrate.
Text him back like, Dad, if you keep up calling me, I'm going to burn it down.
I told him, I'm like, I'm in the middle of a podcast. You just, blurred Seth Rollins down. He started laughing and hung up.
I was just hoping to hear just like an unnaturally swole dude in a nurse's outfit saying, "Oh, it was a terrible incident. This man showed up, hit it with a steel chair. He's in the hospital."
It's like, oh well, that's a great start to the podcast. Just
That's all
lost
right.
one member.
Worse things have happened.
Yeah.
At least you got a good story out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the medical marijuana shops have popped up everywhere around here. Lady just got arrested in Disney for having CBD patches with no THC in them.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
about that. That kind of sucks.
She's gonna sue the hell out of them now.
Yeah.
But I think if you don't have a prescription, it's still illegal. So I don't know.
But CBD, we could just like the gas station right down the block has CBD. Even has literally bud like
Right?
weed.
It's supposedly
just-
still illegal. It's just not enforced.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah. It's like whatever. And
Yep,
then
sometimes we talk about video games on this podcast.
just sometimes.
If there's one thing I can inform you about myself is I am a rambling idiot.
That's why you're on the show. We all are.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was so weird. Like around the same time, there's a horse race track in Hot Springs, like the biggest like city immediately close to where I live. It's a well-known horse racing track. They just also had live betting allowed there as well. So now there's like nothing but like weed and gambling happening now in this poor
Jeez.
town. Which it's so funny is that this place started as a resort town for the mob. So like all this stuff got illegalized and then now slowly it's come back in.
I mean, it sounds like you're describing where I live because we had got the medical marijuana and all those stupid little arcades are popping up, the little gambling things, and now they just shut them all down again. As it happens, they all pop up, go away, pop up, go away. So yeah, it's gambling and drugs around here. That's it. It's all old people.
Yeah, the crazy thing is I'm curious how this is going to affect like crime rates in the area because
Go down.
so here's the weird thing. Crime rates really spiked in this area after like recreational marijuana was legalized in California and Colorado because there were a lot of people from those areas that kind of moved out to keep their illicit business going because it just wasn't as successful where they had been.
Yeah.
So
Well,
there was a lot of people I know got shot in this area.
Damn.
There was like a sharp 2-3 year period there. I thought I had heard somebody in my neighborhood recently, like the past 2 or 3 weeks, got shot. Like their house got shot at, and I looked up the news article, and somebody did a drive by with a hunting crossbow.
Oh, jeez.
They fired like 6 arrows into this lady's house. It's like you just see like the glass like screen door like blown out, like somebody like taped some bottle rockets to it and blew it all up.
Dude, that's the definition of like, do what you gotta do. It's like, we have to do a drive-by. We don't have anything. We got a crossbow, bitch.
It's like, all right, hey Dara, pull up. All right, thunk. Ah, fuck, step on it, pull it back. All right, guys, thunk, step on it, pull it back.
That's some LARPing shit right there.
That is so dedicated. That bitch was a foul wizard. We have come to smite thee.
They thought they were doing a drive-by on vampires.
Yeah, thankfully the lady wasn't home, but it was just like I thought somebody got
That
shot.
would have been
but
safe if she was.
it was like 6 arrows just sticking out of the front of her house. Like, what the fuck is going on?
She
in this
probably
place?
wouldn't have even noticed it. She would have walked outside her front door this morning, like, oh,
Who the hell's throwing stuff in my house?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just heard like a weird thunk. Did something fall out of the tree? No,
I thought
like,
it was a squirrel. Yeah, throwing acorns at the house. No,
That's you
The
gotta
norm.
imagine you would have sat at home and heard that. Like, is there motherfucker shooting arrows at my house? Have I failed this city?
oh god, that's crazy. Oh man,
That's something that would happen in Florida.
yeah, that sounds like a Florida thing.
yeah,
Florida man.
the
Florida
like
man.
that's a game show somebody needs to make is
Yeah.
actually do the Florida man or fake. It's like,
I've seen it on stuff.
yeah, like you just take headlines like, was this an actual news story or is this something made up? And then like how that would be the hardest goddamn game of Jeopardy.
Some of my favorite videos on YouTube are Jesse Cox and Crendor. Their podcast called Cox and Crendor in the Morning, and they read Florida Man stories, and it's just the two of them fucking busting up laughing reading this stuff.
Oh god.
And they've got animated versions of it, and it is the funniest damn thing. Some of my favorite videos on YouTube. They're absolutely worth watching. And then watch all of our podcasts.
Well, I mean, there's not much to watch, but the sound is real cool. We appreciate that part.
Yeah.
You don't get to see like the 700 pounds of man behind the mics here. So one of these days. You know, the first time I saw a picture of you and I saw Bob's like, you know, wedding photos, and I looked at a mirror, I was like, man, I would feel so bad for the Uber driver if we ever had a meetup.
I'm gonna get an Uber XXL.
Yeah. It was like, y'all gonna need a fucking truck. Don't send somebody in a fucking Prius. That poor thing's gonna be crying.
It's true.
Oh man.
So let's talk about some video games.
Sure thing.
All right.
So
You want
just
to start off with Joseph here? So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's let Joseph start off. Is there anything you've been playing there, friend?
Lately I've been really into League of Legends, but once I get tilted,
all right, get off the show. Get the fuck out.
I dabble in some Tekken. Tekken is my, cool off game. I like fighting games.
Yeah, fighting games are great. I'm seriously considering getting the Street Fighter collection thing on the Switch right now.
Street Fighter was actually the first fighting game I played. I got my ass kicked by my dad really bad, and I've never played it. I've always had luck in Tekken, Soul Calibur, or Mortal Kombat. Never in Street Fighter.
What do you play on Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
God damn it.
Haha.
Okay, seriously, get out the fucking podcast. PlayStation.
How dare he be on the right side of history?
Yeah.
Just wait. Xbox is going to kill it. Dude, I'm so excited for E3. They better pull some serious shit.
Oh, it's just a month away.
Yeah, so you're playing League of Legends? I mean, I have a lot of time in League of Legends, but I went back playing Heimerdinger. I'm like, oh my god, I love this game.
God.
And just, I don't even know, 10 minutes into the match, maybe somebody was like, oh, you fucking retard, you're doing the wrong thing. But I'm like, oh, that's why I stopped playing this game.
Oh yeah, the community's toxic as hell.
Yeah.
But once you get your groove in a game, it's just like
Well, that's the problem. I don't get a groove. I'm bad. Period.
The other day, I think I went on an 11-game win streak, and then I invited one of my friends, and he fed his ass off, and I lost. I was so mad. I was so upset. I'm like, come on, man. Like, if you were gonna feed, you should have just played. You should have played freaking Mario Party or something.
Yeah. It's like he's feeding harder. He's feeding harder than fucking like relief efforts in Ethiopia.
Oh god.
Good Lord.
I always love that meme.
Oh man.
Is there anything new going on in League? Last thing I heard anybody talk about League was after the KDA Pop Stars and their worlds.
They have a new skin now. There's like a new skin line with anime. It's Battle Academia, but they're all like cheesy ass skins.
Well,
cheesy.
Yeah, it's the problem of skins in a free to play game. Most of them are fucking terrible.
Like, I'll spend some money on skins, but these skins are just they're not for me. And then they just released a new new character. It's a cat, and it's one of the most laziest characters of all time. All you do is attach to a person, and that's it. That's all you do.
That sounds fantastic.
You heal and you stun, and you just do no damage.
Do you play Heroes of the Storm?
No.
Heroes of the Storm has a character, I think Abathur, and he can attach to people, but he can then do skill shots and like shoot spikes and put up shields. But he does the same thing. He attaches to people, but it's an absolutely fun character.
This looks
What was it?
exactly as bad as it felt like he was talking about.
Yeah.
It literally is just a cat like floating around on a pillow. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, characters like that are sometimes good to get people into the game, and then they're like, oh, okay, let me maybe
There's other
try a
they,
more complicated character. Where games like Dota are like, no, you're fucking 100% in or nothing.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
so
actually
hard.
started playing Dota 2 first. I did horrible.
The
Yeah,
hell's wrong with you?
Dota takes a lot more work to get into.
Yeah.
I play Heroes if I'm gonna play a MOBA, but Smite is where it's at. Like,
Smite is
especially
actually
since you can pay $30. I paid $30 years ago, and I still get all the characters. Like, that's fantastic.
fun.
I love that.
You know, it's so weird. I think we've talked about this before. Is like oddly all the high res games, Paladins and Smite. Not so much Realm Royale. That's a that's a dead game. R.I.P. But both of those games like have like weirdly popular professional leagues on console for some reason.
Yeah, and they have
So
pretty consistent communities. Like, there's always games going on. There's lots of people playing them always.
I'm looking at the Heroes of the Storm like characters. Junkrat is in Heroes of the Storm?
Yeah, a lot of Overwatch characters are.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much like the entire library of Blizzard games is up for grabs. So they've got a lot of the StarCraft people, a lot of the Overwatch people hiding in there. They got one or two. Well, the majority of them are Warcraft people. I want to say.
Yeah, because I spent
I mean,
time
the
on
majority of them are
Overwatch.
Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo because that's kind of what it launched with.
Yeah. I played
Heroes, let me know.
Junkrat.
I'll play some of that with you.
Before it gets shut down, it dies. R.I.P. Heroes of the Storm.
I actually got a download.
Oh,
last
Heroes
night.
is
It
doing
looks really good.
Well, it's on life support, like officially.
Really?
Yeah, like they fucking fired a lot of people. Like, Here's the Storm is like on its last legs. Like
fired
it's
a lot of like support people.
well,
not
they fired basically all their tournament people for their esports league. They fired a lot of their marketing team for it. They fired some of the support for it. Like I think there was like just under 100 jobs got closed out or put into like other areas of Blizzard. But everything like esports related to Heroes of the Storm is just fucking
Dude,
gone.
that's fine. Because Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm do not need to be freaking esports. They just
Well,
need to be silly, crazy games.
The problem with Hearthstone is that it's so pack dependent, and they just keep.
And it's RNG dependent.
It's so bad. Like you want to talk about a fucking oddly insanely toxic community. That's like one-on-one games, and this guy is just like yelling for no reason in his own home. Just there's nobody around. He's just clicking on his fucking computer, and you just see like people going there to watch the shit show. I guess because there's a lot of like popular Hearthstone streams, which oddly a lot of those guys that are leaving Hearthstone got into Dota Auto Chess.
Yes. Yeah, I'm scared to play Dota Auto Chess because I think I'd get hooked.
Well, also like the studio that makes Auto Chess is making their own non-Dota related one that's probably going to be better, just because they have more free range, and it's not
Play that one.
limping off of the old tool sets and tools, and you don't have to like have this cancer installed on your computer that's called Dota to be able to run this mod for it.
Yeah, I love Hearthstone. I got real deep into Hearthstone like a while back. I started playing again. I like they have this new thing where you put a card down and it can then absorb like mechs to the left or right of it, become more powerful and take on their abilities. I fucking love that. There's always good stuff in Hearthstone. But yeah, I think the streaming community is a little bit toxic. You got to be good or get out, pretty much.
Yeah, you people think Fortnite has gotten pretty toxic. No, Fortnite's nowhere near the levels of Rainbow Six Siege or any Blizzard game. StarCraft community, toxic as fuck. You go to anybody streaming StarCraft, if you speak Korean, you're going to see nothing but the worst sentences
Oh
in
god.
the chat for StarCraft 2. You go watch Overwatch, same thing. It's just there are people that are getting out of Overwatch and going to like Apex Legends, Fortnite, just because it's not soul consuming.
Yeah.
No, Apex ain't half bad. Really not.
I I played one match of Apex a couple weeks ago. I don't know. I'm not really into the competitive thing anymore.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
still my primary motivator.
Yeah. I'm more well, I guess before I start talking about my stuff, just play anything else, Joseph?
uh, no, not recently.
Just League of Legends. Tekken.
Yeah, I've been on a grind and ranked, trying to
Damn.
get higher than when I was last season.
My problem is I kind of need to jump on the grind or decide if I want to do the grind for Apex because like
Yeah.
30 days left on its first battle pass, and I haven't played in like 2 months.
I used to do the grind for Fortnite, but then it came out. I didn't like Apex. They keep changing Fortnite, so it's just. Uh,
Yeah, it's a strong you got to stick into it to know it.
yeah, like I was really into Blackout when it first came out. When they released the beta that you could join in and the private beta, it was really fun, really fun. When first Black Ops 4 came out, Blackout was really fun too. But after the first update, they changed a whole bunch of things that it's just like it just feels like a regular, battle royale game, not Call of Duty like it should feel like.
And there's also tons of bugs and exploits in it.
Yeah,
There's
it's
also some big Call of Duty news I want to talk about later that just
Okay.
popped up today.
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I do not, so that's fun. Yeah, I can't get into competitive stuff anymore. Like, I know Division 2 has multiplayer. I don't think I've played it at all. I don't know if you would count the Dark Zone as competitive at all.
Well, yeah, there
Kinda.
are like aren't there like ranked tiers? Isn't there matchmaking?
I have no
I
idea.
believe there is actual like MMR in the
Oh
Dark
wow.
Zone. Like
There
they're
probably
taking it
is.
super serious. Like
Yeah.
Because I know the division, like original division, when I went out and played on the Black Zone, it was just horrible. People were just jerks and
it
took
was
all my stuff.
it was absolute chaos.
Yeah, you really needed a role in a group,
Yeah,
or just be really good to have like an auto shotgun, the auto exotic, or the House of Cards, or whatever the hell that SMG was called.
oh man.
But
Have you
yeah, I've
guys
been playing. Oh, go ahead.
touched on Elder Scrolls Online?
Bob does. Bob touches it hard.
I
Whether or not it
just got
says
it.
yes.
I'm maybe like 5-6 hours into it.
I'm allergic to MMOs. Except
I've been
Destiny
looking for a
and
good
Division.
one. I had really fun with WoW, but I can't afford the $15 constantly.
You're gonna go along with Bob then. Bob's freaking the hell out about this freaking WoW Classic bullshit.
Well, hey, one subscription you get both WoWs,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but the $15 is the hard problem, which is crazy
Yeah.
to me that Final Fantasy 14 is still doing as well as it is, and is still
It's supposed
putting
to be
out
really good.
new content like all the time.
Well, here, let me tell you, Joseph, about me with MMOs. I started playing Final Fantasy 14, yeah, which I got super into 11. I got super into the Old Republic.
Yeah.
I started Final Fantasy 14, started the tutorial quest, and went, "Oh, I know how this goes." I quit.
Yeah.
That's literally how that went. And like Elder Scrolls Online, I think Bob got me into like level 7, and I was just like, I've been doing the same shit over and over and over and over again. I'm done. I'm out. Like I can't do the hot bar system anymore. They're all the same as the Old Republic to me. I could just go play the Old Republic. I have a freaking maxed out character. Why wouldn't I do that?
Oh god.
So yeah, I can't do MMOs. Even though I know some people consider Division and Destiny MMOs.
Uh,
Kinda.
man, like
But
I had high hopes for Destiny, especially Destiny 2. I had high hopes. I was expecting something, a lot different from Destiny 1. But
yeah, we've talked Destiny to death on this show. But yeah, I quit. I'm off. I'm off that drug. I'm Troll's so happy about.
Well,
Fo-
I'm only happy if you're happy. It's like,
Yeah,
regardless of
yeah,
how much I
definitely.
dislike Destiny, it's like that's just me. Like I know who I am. I know
Dude,
the shit I
it's
want.
definitely like being on the outside now, where it's like, man, these weapons look so cool, and then they announce that, oh, yeah, those weapons are cool. We're nerfing all of them. It's
oh
like,
my god.
wait, what?
It's like, you know how
Like,
that was
it's just,
fun? You're just scrolling through and you're just fucking shooting those wizards from the moon just right in their neck and they were dying real fast. Now they're going to die slower and you're going to hate it because it's not, super overpowered. You don't feel cool anymore. Now you feel like
it's
you're
just
doing the work
weird.
you've always been doing because it's a fucking shitty game.
What the fuck are they thinking? It's just bizarre. I don't know.
Well,
I would rather talk about the Division 2 because they actually make good decisions.
with Destiny, and which I imagine they're going to have continual strings of this shit happening with Division, is that's the problem of using the same gear between PvE and PvP. Like, this was the same crap that was happening in WoW back in the day when,
But Division 2 doesn't have a problem with it.
well, yeah, it does. Just, it's not as vocal an angry group yelling
Maybe,
about
yeah.
this shit. That's the thing. It's like, you go to the subreddit, you'll probably find tons of bullshit. It's just you're not seeing, Kotaku and IGN making news
Right.
articles and videos about it.
Yeah.
But Division 2, the nice thing is, they announced that they were going to put no, when the game came out, there were a bunch of mods that always took something away when it added something. And it didn't work great. So like, I don't even know how long the game was out. Maybe 2 or 3 months. And they were like, "All right, we hear you. We're changing that shit." And they
Now
changed
they're
it
all
and it's
positive.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Not all positive. Some of the major ones take a little bit away still. But it makes sense. Like it's more logical now, I feel like. But there's only a handful of mods that take anything away. But they also add. They give you a big buff. The Division 2 has just been fantastic. I know they changed some weapons on Friday. They changed a couple things around, but I didn't really notice anything. They made a lot of good improvements. Like when you're taking an outpost, you can now spawn on the officer that's there instead of having to spawn at a respawn point and run all the way back to it.
Oh wow.
So that's nice. I'm level 26 or 27 now, just because I got wrapped up in some other games. But man, it's so much fun, and like I'm just doing all the little things. I've been completing all the projects, and it's just such a good game. And I don't feel like I'm pressured at all, like with Destiny, where I feel like I needed to get everything done because of whatever was going on, and it's more relaxing in a weird way. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to get into Division 2. I own it, but I just haven't even played it.
Oh, it's so good. I'm loving every minute of it. But
Yeah.
the reason I took me so long to get to 26 even is because now I get into more games like My Time at Portia, which I've gotten way into. Holy crap, I love this game. It's Stardew Valley in 3D, but it's more of a building game, more of an inventing kind of game than farming, because I haven't really done any farming. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I don't know. But have you looked at this game at all, Troll Joseph?
What is it called?
My Time at Portia. Just recently came out
Portia.
for Portia.
Hmm.
It's it's like Stardew Valley, but the whole point is that you are left a workshop by your father, and people ask for things. So you have this big work area where you're building like recently I built a big like water mill type thing. So I needed like 8 buckets. I could put the buckets on it and show the buckets with these parts, these parts, these parts, and I have this big thing built now, and I can go take it to whoever needed it. You're basically the town's handyman, but you can also buy more property, make your house bigger, upgrade your workbench, build more, sawhorses and looms and all these other things, and make all these cool things. And
And this is a free roam game.
yeah, it's pretty big world.
Open roam.
Yeah, somewhat like Stardew Valley. Like there's a town and a harbor and a big farm, so it's fairly free roam.
I
It's
like
not
the cartoonist
huge.
look. It looks really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, this game was in early access for a while, and it was
Yeah.
just like, what, a month ago, 2 months ago, that it came out and had its full official release, and that's where it had its
right.
Switch port, and I think it's also on like PS4, Xbox One.
Yeah. No, the Switch version. Man, on the subreddit, there's a lot of people that are like, do not buy this game. It's bad. Like right now, it's real bad. And I guess it's a testament to how much I enjoy the game because it is, when you're chopping down a tree, there's lag when that like that last chop, and
Oh.
loading into the world takes a long time and stuff like that. But it was easy for me to overlook those issues because the game was so much fun. Man, this game got shit on when it came out, and apparently they fixed it all.
Yeah, I'm looking at the reviews now. It looks pretty good reviews. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's just the subreddit for the Switch version got some pretty bad shit.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I
sucks.
mean, it's like, have you seen the absolute like shit storm of Saints Row the Third, the port
Oh.
there for the Switch?
Oh, really?
Oh my god, it's so bad. Like,
Did
and
you
like,
ever see the port for the WWE game?
Oh man.
no,
It should have been
because-
removed.
Yeah, apparently the Saints Row the Third port, they're working on it, but oddly, a lot of
Okay.
people were reporting that it performed better undocked than it did docked.
Huh.
Because, it was scaling up from 720
Yeah.
to 1080, I guess, and trying to run 1080, and the tool set they had was just fucking its lunch.
I mean, shit happens, and this is why you shouldn't necessarily always, ports especially, should not always buy games immediately. Sometimes you get lucky, like with Division 2. Everyone
Yeah.
went fine with Division 2.
Well,
Or sometimes things are like other MMOs and they just go to shit immediately.
like, there's tons of bugs still in Division 2. It's just
Oh, of
the
course.
base game is so well thought out for that exact, drip feed drug that the community is looking for. Like
Yeah.
I remember like I explained to somebody who was kind of like a lapsed Destiny player. He'd played Warframe for a little while. He liked art. Like he's into these fucking bullshit grind games. And he wanted something, he could just kind of like play with his friends. I was like, well, then definitely buy Division 2. And like I used the term, it's basically quality of life improvement, the game. Because that's all they did is like, hey, they had a decent formula and they spent like 4 years making that game better and then improving the second version.
You should be talking about Destiny 2 as well, but you're not.
Sadly.
Yeah.
I've also been playing. I haven't talked about Wargroove at all, have I?
No, Wargroove, I've got it installed on my Xbox because part of Game Pass.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that's awesome. I got it for Switch.
Well, you're a Switch player, I guess.
I love my Switch, but I'm a few hours in, and it's like my like relaxation game on the Switch, because it's like hard, but it's not XCOM hard.
Well, they just also like had like a pretty big like balance patch, like probably
Yeah.
since you started, because it was like I remember hearing a lot of people saying there was some absolute bullshit in the end game parts.
Oh yeah, I'm not that far yet.
Like the difficulty spikes randomly were just like absurd. but they've had a pretty good
shit.
overhaul from what I've seen, and they still got other improvements coming. But I've been meaning to try it out because tactics games I'm down with. Like,
Yeah.
we've talked about how I'm a lapsed JRPG guy because so many of them are the same formula of click the button, do the thing, click the button, do the thing, click the button, do the thing. There's very little thought except for a handful of ones that are like super hard.
Yeah.
But having to plan shit out in tactics, that's my thing. So
Yeah.
you've been just chilling out with this?
You're gonna enjoy this a lot. Yeah, this is my chill out game. Like I had to spend some time in the hospital yesterday because I was really sick. Better now, but yeah, this was when I was playing in the hospital. Like it's just when I'm going to bed, this is what I play. So it's such a relaxing. Not kind of turn my brain off, but not quite turn my brain off. But
That's
yeah,
how I
it's
feel when I
just
play
a pretty-
Pokemon.
What's that?
I said that's how I feel when I play Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon's another good example of that. Pokemon, I go back and that's a relaxing game for me.
Yeah, I can spend
Uh,
hours just shiny hunting, just having fun.
Oh, not that. I battle. I don't do the shiny thing. But yeah, like, but I also love tactics games like XCOM. But God, XCOM is so stressful. Ugh.
The thing is, like, the basic formula of XCOM, and it's kind of part of what I appreciated with Mario and Rabbids, is just like the random roll chance of your success is
Right.
like, all right, is RNG going to fuck me? Is RNG just
Also-
going to pull his hand off that cross and stab
Right.
it into my anus? Like,
In XCOM,
Oh,
if you lose a unit, they're dead and you're screwed. In this game, you lose a unit, it's like, all right, whatever, I'll make a new one. So it's not a big deal.
I was going to say, just there's a vehicle coming to park from the original F-Zero game.
Yeah, Joseph, what is going on with your mic?
Oh, I don't know.
You're buzzing.
Did it stop?
It stopped.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, I bought Katamari Reroll. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Katamari Rerolled.
Yeah. Talk about nostalgia not panning out.
Well, the trick is that's the first game. The second
Yeah.
Katamari is the one that's good. It's the one that had a lot of the better things you remember about that series. Like, it has way more cool stuff. Like, the second Katamari game is such a drastic, like, improvement. It's like the argument you always hear about the first Assassin's Creed to the second one.
Right.
It's like they just sat down, they saw what worked and didn't work with that first formula, and just really nailed the idea of what it was trying.
Well,
Because-
hopefully we got the second one re-rolled.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a Bandai Namco, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they shit out fucking anime games every 4
It's
weeks.
true.
They can fucking
It's,
spend a few bucks on a Katamari.
yeah. And I'm not like I don't dislike the game. It's just not as fun as I remember, and maybe it's because I mostly played the second one. I don't remember.
Yeah,
But it's still fun. Like it's such a stupid game.
yeah the second Katamari has way more like variety in the special circumstance missions.
Okay.
So like the first game has the one with like the bear that's just a pain in the fucking ass, where it's like avoid everything and just try to pick up the biggest bear.
Yes. Yeah, those missions aren't that much fun. I like the missions where you're just rolling up stuff to get as big as possible.
Yeah, like the second one gets absolutely ridiculous to the point to where like I just loved the moment when you get to some of those late game missions and all of a sudden like your ball starts off probably like the size of, like a big truck, and by the end of the
Yeah.
level like you're literally rolling over Godzilla and picking up continents. And at one
And
point
this
there's
is-
like a Zeus in the clouds you hit.
In this game, and this is a good example of why, I always say wait till stuff goes on sale. I waited for it to go on sale, and I was like, oh man, I'm glad I did that. Because I'm not going to play it that much. The other thing I got on sale was Minecraft
Oh God, talk about a toxic community.
Is it?
Yeah, man. In the good old Minecraft days, it was so toxic. It was right up there with Xbox 360 lobbies for Call of Duty.
Oh, see, I've really experienced good things from Minecraft communities as far as like sharing stuff and getting tips from people, and yeah, I've always found that to be a very good community. But that's just my
There's a dark
experience with
side.
it. Oh, of
There's a
course, dark
dark
side to
side.
every community. Our dark side is TrollBeard.
Yes.
Uh,
You want to
yeah, I
know,
just
you talking about Katamari just reminds me that it's 4 years later and we still don't have Wadham, and I cry.
the hell's Wadham?
So it's the new game from the guy who made Katamari, and he made Nobi Nobi Boy. Wadham is absolutely fucking weird. It like is the next level
Oh Jesus!
of like, it's like you control like the little character, you walk around, and there's like one of the levels like you're playing and you're just trying to like get a guy to poop. And then the poop becomes like your friend. You walk around with the poop.
So yeah, I've been playing Minecraft again because I was watching somebody talk about the new update that came out, and there's just dude, there's so much shit in this game. I haven't played in so long. Like, there's a stone cutter now, so you
Really?
can just pick like the different types of stone you want, like stone slabs and whatnot. It's easier to do that. There's pillagers that attack the village. There are now the drowned, which are like zombies in the water. They have
Uh,
tridents. There are sunken ships you can find. There's big mansions you can find. The villages are all different depending on the biome. There's a whole bunch of new animals. There's like a traveling merchant. There's all kinds of new stone, all kinds of new things to craft. Like it's like a whole new game, and I'm
huh.
psyched. I already built my house. I'm building my basement. I got an outdoor shop. Uh, I I love Minecraft. That talk about a game I play to relax. Minecraft is like the ultimate version of that. I put hundreds of hours in Minecraft.
I
Man,
used to play Minecraft a lot. What was it called before the Pixelmon mod got taken down? I played a lot of
Right.
that.
I played a lot of the like the other stuff, all the machines and all that.
Oh yeah,
That's it's clear that they're influenced by that, or
yeah. It was
inspired
upsetting
by that.
because I think the Pixelmon mod was there for like maybe like 2 3 years,
Yeah,
and they always gave credit to the Pokemon Company, but it was like if I remember,
that was probably the reason, a big reason why they got taken down. They could have been like, no, there's nothing to the Pokemon. I don't know what you're talking about. That's
yeah.
a Charmander. That's a Pikachu.
Like they could have changed the names a little bit, but it was just I don't know, man. Like it was
Yeah,
one of my favorite mods to play on Minecraft. You got to build your own material, make your own Pokeballs, plant your apricorns, then
yeah.
actually go out and search for your Pokemon.
I watched a lot of Yogg's cast, so I always downloaded their mod packs, which is all the machines and all the magic and all that type of shit. But I think it's possible that we get mods in vanilla Minecraft like that because they have all the skins and texture packs and all that stuff you can buy now.
Yeah,
It's freaking fantastic. I love that I have BDcraft and vanilla Minecraft. Like, it's so nice. Because I do hate looking at the vanilla Minecraft textures.
well, yeah.
And there's so many nice texture packs now.
well, that's kind of like the weird rift between like the original Java and the new Bedrock edition.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and the original Minecraft is now free on browser. It's freaking awesome. Uh yeah, they got, well, they're not supporting, they're only supporting the one that's cross
yeah,
platform
they're
with
only
everything.
supporting Bedrock officially from the Minecraft
Yeah.
company.
Which I feel like that's smart. Like, rather than having two different fucking versions of this thing, just the one. Just supporting the one. That's smart. Because even a lot of the mod makers are going with the most current version.
Well, like the ray tracing and like active rendering lighting system mods are all in the Java edition. It's like there was just like a random GIF I came across of just stupid, sexy Minecraft of like all this fucking like real time light scattering and ambient occlusion,
Right.
all this crazy shit. These fucking 4K textures. Like, wow, I fucking hate Minecraft, but goddamn, does that look cool?
Well, shit, we're getting that in the official Minecraft from Mojang.
Well, so here's the trick of like a lot of the big updates for that got like super delayed
Yeah.
because apparently there's only 8 people on the engine team building
Right.
the tools for the Bedrock edition.
Yeah.
$1 billion
Mojang's a tiny
company.
Yeah.
And they got 8 people making the actual system's backbone
Oh wow.
that this whole shit is like strung from. I was like, okay, that tells you that when they're just in like, fuck it, we just have a small team running this thing that just has sold 100 million plus copies.
But what was crazy was I was playing on my Switch. I'm watching the Achievement Hunter guys play through the new stuff. And I'm playing on Switch. I got the achievement on the little Minecraft text. And an achievement popped on my Xbox screen where I'm watching the video. It was like, did they just get an achievement or did I just what the fuck? And then
Achieveception.
dude, I went and I did an achievement I know for a fact. I can't remember what it was. It was like making an iron pickaxe or something. And sure as shit, it popped on my Xbox. I had no idea that Minecraft for Switch you get achievements on the Xbox for the Switch.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. It made me so happy. So now I'm going to have Minecraft for PC, Minecraft for 360, Minecraft for Xbox One, and Minecraft for Switch achievements.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's probably too much. So yeah, I own Minecraft on everything but the phone now. And the phone's the cheapest version.
Yeah, it's
So that's next.
It was the 10-year anniversary of Minecraft just like the other day.
Yeah, that's why it's on sale.
Oh, well, what is it called? This dude, he had a 5-year hardcore Minecraft server. And he
permadeath run.
Yeah, and he died after 5 years.
Yeah.
Like over a spider or something.
It was a spider on fire and a baby zombie. He was bullshitting, didn't think shit was going to go wrong. And the baby zombie just jumps out from behind the spider that's on fire. And he tries to panic
These
and get
zombies
out.
are deadly.
Yeah, that was horrible. I felt so bad for him. It sucks. 5 years.
Are you kidding? Do you know the press he got? Like,
He legitimately,
about it
as
right
soon as
now.
it happened, he ended the stream. Like,
oh shit!
like seconds later, he was just like, cut the feed.
his stream is permadeath.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm done streaming. 5 years into this goddamn world, and it's done.
Damn.
That sucks.
I would love to do a Minecraft stream, like with the community and shit. Like there's nothing I want more than just I've tried so many times with people, like just getting on a realm and building a town and stuff. And it's always like I build a town and somebody builds like their own little house and it's like, come on, come help me. Oh, maybe I gotta play this other thing. It's like, fuck. Play Minecraft.
Yeah.
I like Minecraft.
One of the.
I just don't have. My bad.
I was say, go ahead.
Like I have Minecraft on the computer. It's just I have nobody to play with. Minecraft doesn't appeal to me like it used to.
Yeah, I this happens to me in spurts. Like I'll put a shitload of time into Minecraft and then just go cold turkey forever. So looks like I'm back in the Minecraft.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like what I was gonna say is one of the Discord servers I'm in. Like a bunch of those guys started up like a server. They've got a Minecraft realm on the Bedrock edition. A bunch of these fucking nerds are just out there playing a bunch of Minecraft, and a bunch of them hadn't played it in like 2 years, 3 years. There's like one guy in that group that just like never left Minecraft. So he's got all these crazy like redstone contraptions, like he's got
that's
like
shit I can't figure out. I can never do redstone.
he's got like an underground base that has like pneumatic tubes that lift up the entrance. and like
Oh wow.
all sorts of crazy stuff. And I'm just like, hey, if you're happy, you're happy, man. I'm not gonna hate on it, except for internally and occasionally out loud when I think it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, Brian from Future Heals podcast, the way he always puts it is like, it makes sense. He's like, why would I come home from work and play a game where I work? It's like, I get what you're saying, but it's fun.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it just never clicked for me. It's like the thing I always try to tell people is like, I'm glad I'm not somebody who cares about like video game reviews because I'm like the most unfair human being in the world. As far as like, if for whatever reason the thing doesn't click for me, it's just like I don't even give it a fair chance. Like if it doesn't feel right, and whatever that means for my brain at that moment, it's just like nah, just that thing just gets written off and I move on. But I'm not like going out there and shitting on it. It's just like, it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't like game reviews. If it's a game that I'm gonna like it could be the worst possible game rating, and if I enjoy it, I'm gonna play it. No rating is gonna stop me from playing the game.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's like my time at Portia. All the people that were shitting on it is like, it's. I mean, there's problems, but I'm
Every
okay
game
with it.
has their problems.
Yeah.
Just gotta get through them.
Yeah. The other thing I've been playing, I haven't got too far into, was Shovel Knight. Man, Shovel Knight's fun. Mm,
Yeah, just randomly out of nowhere in the Discord, I just see a message, fuck Spectre Knight. I was like, wait, are you playing Shovel Knight? He's like, yeah, I just picked it up
I
and
am.
blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, goddamn, Shovel Knight, what a game.
Yeah, it's like, I said this on somebody was asking if it's a hard game. And I said it's about as hard as like Mega Man X, because like it's hard. There's points where it's real hard, but I never feel like I can't do it.
Yeah, you're
Like
never
with
being
Spectre Knight,
punished
yeah, with
because
Spectre Knight, he whooped my ass, but
you
it was
always have
like,
the
oh,
opportunity to go back and get your money.
yeah.
You can make the game harder if you want to dig up all the checkpoints. So,
Oh yeah, I did that on accident once. I broke a thing, got a bunch of money, and I went, oh, I know, oh no. Like, can I just not save? Basically, fuck this. I'm never doing this again.
but yeah, I'm just really excited for later in the year, the final
Oh,
DLC. The
yeah, so I bought Treasure Trove, so I get all that stuff.
Yeah, Treasure Trove has
Oh hell
everything.
yeah! Because one of
The
them's like a fighting game, right?
Well, yeah, the fighting mode is going to be out fairly soon. It's just
Oh.
the cards, the King of Cards, whatever. The one where you play as King Knight.
Yeah, so I whooped King Knight's ass pretty
Yeah,
pretty
King Knight's a
quickly.
bitch.
Okay. Spectre Knight was a pain in the ass. Um, Plague Knight I beat in one sitting, and I don't even understand. Like I just figured him out. I think I'm on Mold Knight right now. How
Yeah,
long is this game? It feels like I'm blasting through it.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff. Like, it's not super deep because, like, when you
Yeah.
see Propeller Knight, you're halfway through the game.
Okay.
So
I'm okay with that because there's also like I have the Spectre Knight and the Plague Knight stuff to play.
yeah, because those two modes, I haven't played those. I plan on just yeeting through the entire series whenever the King of Cards stuff comes out, because I've been due for a replay of Shovel Knight. It's
So
like
what's King of Cards gonna be?
it's gonna be like the Spectre Knight or Plague
Oh,
Knight
okay.
DLC where you play through a whole campaign as King Knight. So all of
Okay.
those other alternate stories are all like prequels, if I'm not
Prequel,
mistaken.
one's a prequel, one's a sequel.
Yeah, I know Plague Knight is a prequel. I guess Spectre Knight maybe happens afterwards.
Yeah, pretty sure it said sequel.
I'm not sure, but I'm just super excited because well, one, I just want to mention "High Above the Land," the song for Propeller Knight stage. Best song in the game. That thing's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I've actually been listening to the music.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I'm really hoping we get a release date for Delicious Last Course, the DLC for Cuphead.
Right.
Because the last time I started listening to the Cuphead soundtrack, I did a fucking 8-hour marathon and beat Cuphead again. So I try to stay away from the music for Cuphead or Shovel Knight, because that shit will get stuck in my head, and then I'll have to go play it. And it drives me crazy because it's like I got so many other games I need to play. I've got fucking other things I need to do as an adult with a real life.
Yeah.
Like, why am I like marathoning all of Shovel Knight in one sitting, all of Cuphead in one sitting?
Troll. Can you believe this motherfucker right here is playing Minecraft right now?
Hey, it's easy.
I wanted to see the new update.
It's easy to, just zone out and do other things while you play that.
No, I was interested. He was talking about the new update. I'm like, hey, let me
just
go.
He's like, let me see. Let me get in here and look.
Yeah, there's a shitload of stuff in Minecraft now. I'm very excited.
It had me interested.
Damn, Mo Yang, you looking thick.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more Shovel Knight. I mean, I'm okay with it being short. I would like to be able to finish a game.
Yeah, they're not very long. I think Shovel Knight first time for me was like 9 hours.
Oh wow.
It's not super long. It's about as long as
The Spider-Man game.
About as long as
Spider-Man took me 6 hours to beat.
like the PS4 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a platinum for that in a 15-hour sitting. Like,
Wow.
Jesus.
So yeah, that was the thing. Is like, I was like an hour and a half away from finishing the platinum on that game when we did the podcast the day that game came out. Because yeah, I checked it because I was talking to somebody about it, and they said 23 hours on like how long to be is like the completionist time is like I did maybe 16 and a half to get all the fucking hidden photo spots and get the New York University sweater, whatever it was. But I was like, yeah, I had the platinum at 12:30 in the afternoon the day after the game released. Like,
Wow.
because I woke up and I did like a few other like stray crimes, got the platinum after like 30 minutes, and then spent another hour looking for all the hidden photo opportunities to go get the New York State, whatever the college Pete goes to. Empire State University, that's what it is. Okay, yeah.
The other reason I mentioned nostalgia not being, a good thing to go off of, is because I've also been trying to play more Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oof.
Oh,
I'm just like, it's a good game. Like I'm into it, kinda, but man, not like I used to be.
Yeah, like I played it. I played up maybe until I met Hercules, and it was a nice feeling beginning, but then it just
It's like 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like he just felt that. Oh yeah, this is that game again. 15 years later, Jesus fucking
literally,
Christ.
that's how it felt. It was like, wow, okay, and then I stopped playing. It was like I had no intention of going back.
The Tangled World or whatever, that was hard to get through because I gave no shits about any of those characters. Like, if you don't give a shit, that's hard to get through. Luckily I'm on Monsters Inc. now, and that's a lot of fun. So maybe I'll be able to go fully into it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this game.
Well, a considerable chunk of the people I know that were Kingdom Hearts fans that finished it, it was probably 60-40 people did not like the ending.
Jeez.
Oh wow!
Like, to the point of where I know one of these guys who was like actively mad for like a week. Like, like I was like, man, you're actually like Nomura don't call you no more. Like, like you just got out of chemotherapy, you were weak, Nomura hit on you, he fucked you in your mouth, and then never called you back. Like, that's how you're acting right now, Jay. I was like, calm down, bud. He was fucking heated.
It's so weird because I don't really. God, there's so much stuff I don't remember, and they're talking about all these things, all these, and like there's a big reveal of this character, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of remember you.
It's like, how many of you fuckers were Norded?
It was just like this big scene where it was like, and you're back, and he's like, yes, I am, and takes the hood off, and I'm like, oh yeah, right, yeah, okay.
I remember you.
Man, that was one of
I
my
don't
favorite
remember anything
things.
about you, but
Is like right as Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out, somebody put together this highlight videos called like Kingdom Hearts No Context.
oh Jesus.
And it was physically painful to see all these random scenes like cut out without the context from
So
all
was it
of the
just
games.
all of them?
It was just chunks from here and there. Like it was like a 10-minute video, just random things. And it's just like like they'll say a line and then there's like awkward long stares as no one's talking before it transitions to the next thing. Or like
Right.
Mickey just shows up wearing a trench coat. He's like, "Did somebody mention darkness?" And he's just like sitting there in his hood, just staring at Sora and whoever's next to him. And then they're silent for like 5 seconds, and then just cuts to something else.
That sounds about right.
I sent it to a friend of mine who I was working with. He since now has a different job, but he's like a big Kingdom Hearts fan. He's a few years younger than me, so he was like at the exact age and mental state when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out for it to really be important for him. And I sent him to that, and he's like, I was like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, I can't defend this. Like, this is what these games are. And it was like, whenever I just realized, like, the slow, aching, just one more cut, death of 1,000 cuts of being, a
Pretty
lifelong Sega fan, of seeing Sonic just repeatedly shit the fucking bed magnificently, just over and over and over again. Oh no. And I'm sad now that Sonic Team Racing actually looks pretty good and is getting good reviews.
Oh yeah, I saw like a little thing for that at Walmart today. I totally forgot that was even happening.
Yeah, it comes out like Tuesday, I want to say. I was like, damn it. Sonic, you know where Sonic went wrong? The moment they added lyrics to their songs. Like, it's been all downhill from there. It's just like, escape from the city. How about we escape from this earth? Because I don't want to live here anymore after that song existed. It's fucking bad. It's like, hey, it's generic pop punk from the early 2000s, but without the interesting parts.
Only thing I want from this Sonic movie. Like, I could care less about the character design. Sonic's going to be Sonic either way to me.
No,
Like,
care
I
about
just-
its character design. It looks fucking awful.
Like, I just want Sonic to go by a little kid watching the Ugandan Knuckle meme.
No.
That's the only thing I want to see. That will make the movie perfect. Acknowledge to me.
That was a weird thing to me of like, yeah, the Sonic design was terrible, but like I immediately saw that trailer and I was like, well, the problem here is like this is a bad movie, regardless of if Sonic looked perfect. Like this just looks like a bad movie. Like it just seemed...
I know a lot of people going to watch the movie just because of Jim Carrey.
That's the one saving grace.
Yeah.
And the other saving grace I wish they would have fucking saved was when you get the more traditional looking Dr. Robotnik. I thought that would have been way cool to see in the theater as a surprise.
Yeah.
But I guess that felt like this movie looks like shit. We need to put this in there.
Yeah, it was like, hey, some of the things you recognize will be here. Just give us a shot there, bud.
I gotta go see Detective Pikachu. We're gonna go see that.
Same here. I gotta go see that. It looks so good.
Yeah,
once Troll's done talking about his games, there's one little movie I want to talk about.
Yeah, the only thing with Detective Pikachu is like from everyone I know and a lot of the reports, it's like this is just a kids movie, like severely. It does not have as much of the stuff you would be led to believe from the trailer. It's got
Oh
some
wow.
weird dark parts and some strong comedy bits, but like it's straight up like a Disney kids movie.
It should be. It's a
Yeah,
kid's
like it's
product.
a kid's
Yeah.
product, but when you look at that, you see Ryan Reynolds, you see some of the people involved with that, you're like, I thought maybe it would have been something else, but no, it's straightforward, basic
That's
plot.
fine.
Get to the end. It looks cool. There's Pokemon everywhere, which I want
That's
to
what
see
I
it.
want. So, what you been playing, Troll?
So I've been in this weird funk of playing through a bunch of big open world video games for some reason. Because I played through Just Cause 4 a little while back. Because it was part of Games Pass. And it's more Just Cause. Like it's I don't know how to say this nicely. Because like
Don't.
it's perfectly fine. Like it's
Yeah.
I played through it. I did most of it. I finished the game. I did most of the side stuff. It is one of those games where like if you get good at like the momentum, that's kind of rewarding in its own, which is like oddly enough like Just Cause 4 is a better Spider-Man game than the Spider-Man game on PS4 as far as like actually needing skill for momentum. Like it
Yeah, it's
feels more
fine.
rewarding to fly around in the wingsuit and get good with that in Just Cause 4 than it does to swing as Spider-Man because the systems are so basic. It's just like hold the trigger and you'll move. And Spider-Man PS4, like we talked about that when that happened, but it's just like I feel like they've run out of ideas as far as how to innovate more into this crazy world destruction playground. Like they seem trapped between whether or not they want to go full like crazy playground or still keep like a structured narrative campaign also in the
Right.
mix. Those parts really start to clash. But yeah, just the overall moment to moment stuff is fun. The vehicles are all still kind of bad. Uh,
I started playing Just Cause 4, and it was just like with the MMOs. It was like, oh, I know what this is.
yeah,
I've done this before. I don't need to do this again.
yeah. Like I said, I didn't have anything like immediately pressing when I jumped on it. Like right after it was added to Game Pass, and I was like I said, it was just one of those things like you were talking about. Like my brain kind of shut off, and I'm still like engaged because I'm playing it at a fairly high level as far as like mobility and like efficiency, getting like point to point to point to point. Because I think I did almost like I think it was like 85% complete in like 30 hours for a game with a map that large. It's not a bad time, but there's a lot of weird Easter eggs I've seen online, but I'd never found any of those naturally, which is kind of sad. It had some odd giant like rolling ball puzzles as part of like one of the side stories and side missions of like this island nation has this like ancient king and kingdom that were like destroyed by like the ruling family that took over, and like they started like deleting the history of the country, and there's like this scientist guy you're helping like dig all this stuff up, and it's just like the reason Just Cause 2 popped so well is because they were super self-aware at like how like cheesy B action movie like the story was, and they had fun with it. The problem is with like 3 and 4 is like they're trying to be too cute about it now, and they're
Right.
not like going for the spectacle of everything. It's like instead of being like Fast and the Furious 5, now they're like Fast and the Furious 2. Too Fast, Too Furious. Like
Yeah.
like they went the wrong way with the formula, and they're still making an okay product and still fun, and like the way the tethers work, and you do all these weird like boost and lift and propulsion like programming for like how
Yeah.
things work to really like go out there and experiment with it, but there's only like a handful of like really good uses for it. Like it has some odd like Zelda Breath of the Wild like shrine puzzle stuff going on with some of like the challenges you need to do to unlock like gear points or whatever to level up your stuff.
Yeah, and all that stuff looks cool, but I guess it's just not enough for somebody like me.
Yeah,
Or
it's
it's like
few and
that's
far
not
between
different
those standout
enough.
moments.
Yeah, and the only reason I got into Crackdown 3 to the point that I did was because I let Crackdown 1. I didn't really ever play Just Cause. I did a little bit. But even Crackdown 3 lost me after a while.
Yeah, like Crackdown 3 was just so basic with so little like there's so little overhead to get in. Like
Yeah,
once
which I
once you get through that little intro part of Crackdown 3, you're in it and that's the game. Like you're just going to
yeah,
be doing that for like 15 hours.
that's what I kind of liked.
But yeah, like I've also like right now I'm in the middle of like playing Days Gone.
Oh yeah,
I've
how
heard
is
so
that?
many
Because
good
I've
things about
heard you've heard what things?
so many good things about Days Gone.
I've heard so many mixed things.
Yeah, like it's a strong mixed feeling. Now this is one of those games that's going to be really based on like your tolerance threshold and how much you notice things because like it's got some good first impressions, but the other game I've been playing, Rage 2, like they're kind of like the inverse of each other. Of where Rage 2 kind of seems weird and slow at the start, and then once you get through like the intro, you're just out there. It's like straight up Breath of the Wild. Like you've got like a set of abilities already. You've got markers in the map you can go to get new abilities. Um, you're just free to go, do the shit in whatever order you want. You can go to any of these three characters to do their storylines to progress like the main mission. It's just wild, fun, basic stuff. But Days
Yeah.
Gone is like has this interesting start, strong start, emotional. You're the guy Deacon, the spiker. You see like kind of like the early part of I think the town is Farewell. It's like whatever this town in Oregon he's at. Whenever the freaker outbreak happens, this disease, whatever it is, it's causing all these people to like slightly mutate and go crazy and pack up and be these weird like cave dwelling animals that eat flesh. You see
Eat
him.
flesh.
They're cannibals.
Subway, eat flesh.
Well, I mean, if you ever played the Fractured But Whole, that feels about right
Yeah.
for the Jared boss fight.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so like you see your buddy Boozer, he's one of your biker friends, like his legs all fucked up in the middle
A
of all
biker named Boozer.
is Booze Man. His name's Boozer.
All right.
But yeah, like he's got his legs all jacked up from whatever's happening in this town going crazy of them thinking the place was safe and then the outbreak, like the swarm showed up, started overrunning the town and people are trying to fight it off and get the fuck out of town. Crazy panic. Think of World War Z, the movie of like the massive horde of zombies like crawling over the wall. That's what's going on here. And he's got his wife who got stabbed in the gut by like this little girl. And there's a helicopter that can only fit one person on. So Deacon, knows like his wife is going to die if she doesn't get medical, but Boozer is going to die if nobody stays with him to help him get out.
Oh, wow.
So he puts his wife in the helicopter and she flies away to this, medical station, one of these, evac points, these safe zones they've set up for the organization Nero, which is kind of like their FEMA in this world. And then it jumps to like 5 years later, whatever, like a big chunk of time. And now you see Deacon, he's just kind of like this bounty hunter, gun for hire kind of guy, living his life, trying to get by in this zombie world. And you've got like your bike, you got to find gas for it, you got to find scrap, salvage it to build stuff, like make your Molotov cocktails, to burn out these freaker nests, to, craft upgrades. Like, you find a baseball bat and you find a schematic to add like a saw blade to it, and now it's a better melee weapon. But a lot of the stuff, like the characters, the story, I like where they're going. I like what they do. I like how they set up a lot of that stuff. I like the way they weave all the stories together. So it's kind of like this weird, like, narrative thread of, like, imagine like musical notes on a sheet of paper, and you see the progression of this chord down here and then this note here, and it kind of like jumps up and down between the lanes. That's kind of how a lot of these story missions will pop up. So they all feed into like one long string to tell you like the story of this world, to give you opportunities to see some of the outer stuff that's not like the big thing of Deacon thinks his wife's dead, but then he finds out she may be alive, and you and your buddy Boozer are trying to head up further north to get out of the area you're in because of the nonsense you've been dealing with. But this game, like, I liked it, is like you clear out these checkpoints, you got a save point, you got a fast travel spot. Fast traveling takes up some of your gas, but
So is it open world?
it's a big stupid open world, yeah.
Okay. What's the combat like? Is it like Far Cry? Or...
It's so that's one of the big problems there. Is like some of this, a lot of the design in the moment to moment feels like it feels conflicted. So like the shooting. Did you ever play any of the Uncharted games?
A little bit, but I know what you're going. That's what I thought of.
Imagine the Uncharted like gun combat, but somehow worse.
Wow.
Because so here's the weird thing, is like the gun combat, the way it's the way it's made, the way it works, I think is actually perfect for fighting the hordes, for those zombie moments of being chased and gunned down, and you're just trying to like, kill like 5-10 zombies here and run and dip out, get over here, shoot the barrel to like throw them off a little bit, throw the Molotov cocktails. Like you're in these weird, like almost like puzzle solving things when you fight like the hordes. The hordes are like these massive wads of zombies in these big, areas. They're like in-game content. Imagine like a raid in Destiny.
Oh.
Like it's big, high level, hard shit. Like you fuck up, you're dead fast. Like, but the problem is like you have to fight and kill so many humans, and that's where like this gun system goes so fucking wrong. Is so big pet peeve of mine in any game where you shoot. You've got like your targeting reticle, based on like the type of gun and how accurate like the gun knows that gun should be. Like the reticle's different between the guns. So like the pistol kind of has like a ring, so it's fairly reliable, like first shot accuracy. The automatic weapons have like this X that has like a big gap, so it's hard to tell where the center point is, and it's kind of like random recoil within that little ring. And then like the single shot rifles, are way more reliable. You line it up, you shoot. But big super pet peeve, completely different reticles you can't change for all the guns. That sucks. Other pet peeve, as you shoot, the reticle not only expands, it blooms out, but in this game it also fades away. So like as you start shooting like the AK, like the basic like automatic weapon you find super early in the game, like after a few shots you can't even see where the fucking reticle is. So you're just hoping you're aiming in the right direction, and it's absolutely terrible to try to like hit a headshot on this one human guy, to the point to where it's easier to just like roll up out of cover at people and then melee kill them, and then just like Dark Souls, just roll, smack, roll, smack, roll, smack. Like like the systems fall apart with the human enemies, but actually enhance and make the crazy zombie parts better. There's a whole lot of weird mix and match feelings of like, I kind of like the idea of the gas, needing to get the gas to, fill up your bike to keep going. But the bikes this size have insanely better gas mileage than what they do in this game in this random small area in Oregon. But it's a video game. They kind of got to have risk reward mechanic, I guess. But the real trick is, like, as you go and you unlock these Nero checkpoints, you've got your main safe base. Any of the like outposts, like the camps, like the 3 big camps that I'm aware of right now in the game, of where there's like a group of survivors. You can just go to any of those camps, and if you got credits for that camp, you can buy gas. Just super easy. All the checkpoints out in the world, the Nero checkpoints you unlock, the home base checkpoint, and a few other spots, there's always a gas can there. So, like, if I know I just need to get somewhere fast, now at this point that I've cleared a few spots, like, the gas is just an annoyance at this point. Because, like, I can fast travel to this point, fill it up with gas, fast travel over to that point, get a gas tan, fill it back up with gas, fast travel to this point, and then drive a little bit to the mission. It's become so trivial and tedious. A lot of the minor survival elements they've got in there, which were like cool and really emphasized like this world. But the longer you play Days Gone, the more, if you've had a problem, the more apparent they become. And I'm sticking to it slowly. I've been, playing other games, then make a big chunk run into Days Gone, then leave it alone for a little bit.
That sounds like how I'm playing Kingdom Hearts.
But it's just like all the things I didn't expect to be problems are the massive pain points for me with Days Gone. But I like Deacon. The character's cool. A lot of people were taking like nonsense out of context dialogue for his character. And I was like, well, if you've ever met anybody in biker culture, like, this is absolutely fucking spot on. Like, they had this meme of people trying to say, like, this is a dumb line of, like, there's a scene of the wedding of Deacon and his wife, and she's like, I just hope you promise to ride me more than you ride your bike. And people are like, this is a real sentence in a real video game. And I was like, that's also a real thing you can buy on fucking shirts and on vanity license plates.
Bikers? Are they like older people or young people?
So like Deacon and his wife Sarah, I want to say, like, they're late 20s, early 30s. Like,
yeah, this sounds about right.
Like people were also just
wedding.
Really annoyed that Deacon has like his wallet chain and his baseball hat on backwards at his wedding. But it's just like him.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's just him, like his wife, his buddy Boozer. Like, there's like 5 people at this wedding, just, to do the ceremony and be done. But yeah, it's like, this is one of those.
His best friend's name is Boozer. What the fuck did you expect?
It's just, this is one of those games where the development time, the length of time it took to make it, because there was another project Sony Bend had been working on that got canceled, and then this game had been worked on for like the past like 3.5-4 years. It feels like they wrote up the initial design document in the middle of like the PS3 360 era, and got too deep into the process to really try to rethink a lot of those systems.
Yeah.
And like when you see like a lot of reviews give it like a 7, I was like, yeah, that's about right. That's like, there's enough constant glaring problems that are just minor little annoyances. But if you like the character, you like the world.
Bad game.
Yeah, like it's like Just Cause 4. Like, it's got a lot of cool stuff. If you're into that style, there's a lot there that's really cool. And like I said, the hordes, the zombie stuff, that part, the freakers, well, they're not dead. They're mutant humans, I guess.
Okay.
But anyway, like the horde stuff, the crazy, massive wads of zombie fight mechanics, those are fucking dope. It's just, you can accidentally stumble into them early on before you know they're a mission objective, and you don't have any kind of gear to fight this, but I'm dumb and I just saved it and just tried it a few times. Like, oh wow, I'm dead. Oh wow, I am fucking dead. Oh wow, I'm dead. Like
Super dead.
you see the crazy feel of adrenaline of this rush of just like these fuckers just aren't stopping. There's literally 113 of these goddamn zombies out in this abandoned like lumber yard. Or
Jesus
I
Christ.
walked into this pitch black cave and there's like 60 zombies in here. And I was just trying to roll up the hill, but it's dark. And I fucking rolled to the left and went into this divot, and I can't get back out. And then 30 zombies just press in and just start tearing me apart.
Oh God.
And yeah, like, but the problem is like, all those really cool moments are 35, 40 hours into the game.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
wow.
Like, this game
see,
is long. Like, this is a 50-hour game.
Oh
You lost
wow.
me.
And it would
That's
be.
like when people say like, "Oh, you gotta get past the first season for the show to be." Fuck that. I'm
Yeah,
not doing that.
like this is like a really cool like series of a biker show. This is like 3 seasons of a TV show in a video game, but you don't have a list that tells you how to cut out like the bullshit filler episodes.
Oh, that sucks, man.
But yeah, like the parts that pop are fucking fantastic. Like this is a game like it sold well, thankfully. Apparently this game did stupidly well in Japan for some reason.
Yeah, I saw that it beat out something.
Yeah, it was like the #1 game in Japan like 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And like it sold well, and I like the stuff Studio Bend has done because they were the people that made Siphon Filter back in the day.
Oh, I heard there's a bunch of siphon filter shit in the game.
There's references to stuff like that.
That's cool.
They made Golden Abyss, the Uncharted on the Vita,
Oh, okay.
but that was the last game they made, and that was 2013. Like this is how long it's been since they put a game out because they had a long game development process that got canceled. Sort of like what Sony Santa Monica went through with the game they were making before they made God of War. So like there's a lot of great stuff in this game. Just like the thing I've talked about with a lot of games, like the biggest problem I have with every JRPG fucking ever, editing. It's like you can strip out like the average JRPG, you can strip out 15 to 20 hours and make that experience immediately better. There's probably 15 hours easily out of Days Gone you could strip out and make this like an 8, a 9 out of 10 for a lot of people. And it's just like it just wears you down unless like you really like fall into it. Because I have my moments when I'm playing it where I just zone out and I'm fucking feeling it and I'm in there. And then the one thing pops up and it brings me right back out and I'm like, fuck. And then I find a good point to stop and I go play something else for a little bit. But like the opposite of that is Rage 2, which just came out a few days ago.
What? That's out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It came out on the 14th, like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mortal Kombat's out too.
Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat's
Behind it.
amazing.
I played Mortal Kombat 11 as
It's
well.
really good.
Well, that's...
Ronda Rousey did a shit job as.
Oh my god. I want to talk about that here in a sec. But so like Rage 2 is, like I was saying, it's kind of like the inverse in my mind of the problems I have with Days Gone. So like Days Gone has a great story.
Well, let me ask you this because I feel a little conflicted about Days Gone. Are you recommending it or no?
So if you had that feeling going into like Just Cause 4
Yeah.
of like this is just another big open world, then Days Gone probably isn't for you. Because like I said, there's a lot of cool moments. There's a cool story in there. There's a cool biker TV show in a zombie apocalypse trapped in a mediocre game. And unless like you see like I would recommend honestly, Jacob, is like watch like the first like 20-30 minutes of I guarantee someone's already made the Days Gone the movie. Like someone's already cut and edited out like parts of the story. Like if you don't fall in with like the feel and the thread of what they're telling you with the story in like the first little bit, then that game's not going to be for you. You're not going to have the interest to put up with the bullshit unless you just absolutely love just like driving around. The bike's cool. It's fucking weird that, Unreal Engine 4 is, not made for open world games like this. So that's where there's a lot of the bugs people were talking about. Because Unreal Engine 4 doesn't support two-wheel vehicles. So
Really?
the motorcycle in Days Gone is a four-wheel vehicle squished in with the one of the front and back tires, like collisions deleted. So it's like a squished in car with a bike skin on it, with only two of the wheels like being interactable with the objectives around it. Like it actually like feels cool. Like I love the feel of the bike. I like the systems of the bike. It says, hey, if you're trying to save gas, don't accelerate downhill, coast. Like there's all these cool like minor details of like sound management and like gas management and being able to like walk your bike when you're sitting on it to just like get a little closer without like revving the engine and making a lot of noise to like better position your bike. So if shit goes wrong, you can just fucking throw a Molotov cocktail, jump on it, and fucking dip out and come back later when you're prepared to try to fight that big group of zombies. It's just, like I said, the quality of life. This is a game that feels like a mid PS3 era open world game without all the quality of life stuff you see in every other game afterwards. Just this like, so here's an easier one for you, Jake. It feels like Division 1, not Division 2.
Okay.
So imagine like the feel of launch Division 1, launch Destiny. Like there's a cool base here, but they're fucking up in a lot of spots. And a second game of this would make it drastically better because they can redesign some of those base problem spots that just kind of fuck up the flow and make a way better experience.
Rage 2, much better game.
That's it's like I said, it's kind of the inverse. So the thing I didn't expect to be the problem is the thing that is the problem with Rage 2. The vehicles all just kind of suck.
Oh shit.
Which is weird if you had played. This is the main Avalanche studio that made Mad Max. Like
Right.
Mad Max was like the meme from Colin Moriarty, like game of the millennium or whatever. And like so, what I'm really trying to say is that Mad Max game was fucking great.
Yeah.
And everybody should go play it because it's kind of a formulaic open world game, but it just so fits the tone. Like it nails everything it's trying to do. It's not tedious. It has great quality of life stuff. It's like the thing with Days Gone with the gas. It's like the gas is an infinite resource. You can go find gas wherever. Gas felt limited in Mad Max. But here's the thing. You can store an extra can of gas in the back of your fucking car in Mad Max.
Yeah.
You can't strap a fucking small gas tank on the back of your bike in Days Gone. So you've always got to go out of your way to find gas. But with Rage 2, like, weirdly, the shooting, that's where the id influence really came in. Is like the combat feels fucking great. Like it kind of is that Doom from 2016 feel with some cool, weird, tech powers going on. You got like a jump up, like slam move. You got like a force push. You got all sorts of like air dashes and double jumps. Like there's a lot of cool stuff in there, but you get the trickle out of those becoming like the upgrades for them to make them better. Like the cooldowns on a lot of those abilities are super fucking long. Like Shatter, the force push thing. Like, oh, here's an enemy who has a bunch of armor. I'm just going to run up into him, slide, hit Shatter, and like just blast his armor off so I can, shoot him in the head twice and he dies.
Right.
But that Shatter, like the default cooldown on it is 35 seconds. So you're like, wow, this bandit camp I rolled up on that had 22 people in it. I really hope there aren't 6 people with body armor I got to worry about trying to break off with my Shatter because that's going to take me 5 minutes to cool all that shit down. But weirdly, like I said, the vehicles kind of suck in Rage. They do have like the nicer parts from Mad Max of like the auto targeting when you're driving, so you can focus on driving and getting these better angles of you shooting guys, like kind of like Mad Max when you shoot a guy in a vehicle and they explode, like it kind of slows down and does that cool like explosive, like, yeah man, look at this blow up. But some of the physics act weird in some of the areas. There's this gyrocopter called the Icarus you unlock fairly early. If you just do a bunch of the side missions, you can unlock it pretty easily and call it in for like $10. So it's not that kind of changes the whole flow of the game, makes that game way more tolerable, because you just like get on this cool like flying hover bike and just shoot right past everything and get to where you need to go like immediately. It just saves you so much time, makes things easier. But that thing kind of controls weirdly in some areas of like on the PS4, at least that's where I'm playing it. I'm on the base original launch day PS4 I've got. I don't know if this is on other consoles or on the PC, but when you get on like this little Icarus thing and you take off from the ground, it like has like a weird stutter of doing the liftoff, and then if you're trying to turn, it'll like freeze the camera for a sec, and then it'll like hard like jump, like screen lag of turning to where you're pointing. Like you see the character model turn, but your camera hasn't yet, as I guess it's rendering from being like a ground unit to being an air unit. Like there's like a harsh like code transitions that happens there. And it accelerates trying to move like small amounts to like land somewhere soft and nice. Can be kind of tricky. The combat gets super trivial later on as you upgrade like some of your weapons, like the basic like assault rifle, the automatic gun. You eventually can upgrade it to get these armor breaking bullets. So it's like, oh, I just hold the trigger down, and that guy who had all that armor, I just shoot him in the body a few times. His armor slowly breaks off, and then he dies from a couple more body shots. The story is actively bad, but it's
in a good way.
But it's like if you played the first Rage, it's like they doubled down on like the bad parts of like the story and character of that Rage, of where it feels like they're intentionally like just eating the fucking scenery. Like some of these characters, their performances are just like really going out there to seem super dumb. Imagine like some of like the psycho like dialogue from Borderlands. We're talking like that kind of level of writing.
Oh, wow.
In a lot of these areas of like these crazy people after a giant meteor destroyed the Earth, and they are mutated, radiated people after the arcs came up. They had people that were in cryostasis underground to try to save the Earth. That's kind of the premise of Rage. Is this giant meteor Apophis destroyed the Earth, but they shot these ecopods up into the atmosphere, and they were satellites that had like stuff to like re-terraform the Earth and like bring wildlife back down. And then the arcs were buried underground, and they were kind of like vaults from Fallout, but they resurfaced out of the ground and let these people back out. I'm liking it. Like it's fun. It's just dumb fun to just kind of zone out and run around. Just Cause 4 and Rage 2 are like what people would call great podcast games, where you can like just listen to music or get caught up on like a podcast, have a show on in the background, and not have to pay too much attention. The thing that bothers me with Rage 2, which I don't know, like I said, if it's a PS4 problem or if this is on other things, is the lighting and sound just seem to wig out and are kind of really bad sometimes. Where like in all of these locations you go to, There's like resources to find, like these chests with like these pink tops. They have like cash or like the ferrite, the mineral out of the big meteor you use for upgrades and buying stuff. There's these data pads that glow pink, but the problem is like sometimes you go into these rooms and it's a dark room, and like that corner, whatever reason, none of the light sources are hitting it. So unless you walk over there and get like 4 inches away from that random stack of boxes, you don't notice that the one here in the middle was a pink cooler that had the loot you're trying to look for as a collectible. And and some of the audio is just weird. Like I think like it's trying to play too many audio sources at once and it's overloading to where some of the channels kind of like merge. And like I've had like scenarios of hearing a character talk and like they're clearly to my front, to my left, and I hear them from the back right. Another weird bullshit of where like the audio source seems to be playing from the wrong direction. But like I said, the game moment to moment, like you're just bullshitting, driving around, flying around. If you've got the Icarus unlocked, you land somewhere. You just have these brief spurts of just great, just balls to the wall shooter action, and then you just go back about your business, chill out, go do these other missions. There's like Mutant Bash TV, which is like this game show where you fight hordes of enemies through like 4 stages. There's races you can do. The races, drive better than the actual vehicles outside in the open world, which is kind of weird, but I guess it kind of works. But yeah, like I'm still like I still probably got like 15 hours in Rage 2 to go and probably 30 left in Days Gone. So I've just been kind of plugging away at those when I'm not playing Fortnite. But I did play through the story campaign of Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, yes. God, I want to play that so bad.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
$3 from a red box took me 5 hours.
Yeah,
so one sitting. About doing.
I actually bought the Mortal Kombat though. They have a release. It was fun.
So yeah, I'm big on buying fighting games, but I mean lately I've been having to kind of buy games on Switch because that's like my portable system.
Yeah.
So I might end up buying it on Switch, but like Soul Calibur 6, I bought very cheap because I'm just gonna play it by myself. I played through story mode that was okay, not even okay. So I wasn't too happy with that. Actually, I'm not happy at all with Soul Calibur 6, but we can talk about that another day. But yeah, I Mortal Kombat, I want to own that because that's one of those games. Like I played a shitload of 10 just by myself. I could play Mortal Kombat all day long.
I actually like Mortal Kombat 10 more than.
You know what we need 11. Now? We need fucking Street Fighter to follow the Mortal Kombat concept of the story. Give us an amazing Street Fighter story.
That would be nice. I know I don't like Street Fighter, but a nice Street Fighter story would be nice.
Yeah, Street Fighter is my favorite fighting game, period. So, I mean, shit, I'd be happy with a good Soul Calibur story as well.
Well, I was gonna say with 11, like I've never liked Mortal Kombat, like the feel of Mortal Kombat. Like I think it's actively kind of bad and janky.
True.
With Mortal Kombat 11, like them slowing it down even further than it already was, I think is the best thing they've ever done for it, because it changes the whole feel of like playing against another character, like that fighter on fighter stuff. Some of the AI stuff is absolute bullshit because like some of those towers, like I saw somebody doing a breakdown of like the crypt stuff and doing like the towers of like literally like the harder
RNG is fucking stupid.
Well, the RNG, like the weird loot shit, that's a whole big kerfuffle. But like just playing against these enemies, like they were literally like taking it out and like breaking it down frame by frame and like pausing and going over stuff where like I forget the video I was watching, but like the guy was like saying like, yeah, in this particular crypt with this particular fight, the AI is literally just doing the exact opposite move it needs to, like 2 frames faster than I can input, like a response. So like this thing was just like immediately seeing his input and like throwing like the exact block or counter or dodge. And like there was like one move he found like he could throw in to like get past the guard to like do damage to this thing that was like doing extra damage to him, so he was dying like super fast. It's like, yeah, that's just bullshit. Like this is the bad parts of World of Light from Smash Brothers, just repeated over and over again in this crypt stuff, which I didn't fuck around with. I played a lot of. I did, like I said, I just played that thing for 5 hours to check out the story mode because I couldn't even like get past like the first like 30 minutes of Mortal Kombat 10. Like that shit was just so bad. Like I couldn't stand it. Like the feel of that game was so wrong. And then, like I said, with 11, it just moves so slow. It really is kind of like a whiff and punish kind of style of like you're plotting out, waiting to act, or seeing your opportunity and making the move. Because like uppercuts do stupid damage.
Yeah.
And they have kind of slow activation for a lot of moves, and they're easy to block if you just crouch down and block. But it gives you that window of like, all right, they did a high attack, I ducked to dodge, and then I set up perfectly for an uppercut. And certain characters can punish better as far as like small juggles, because you can't really like super juggle like you used to in older Mortal Kombat games. There's a lot more thought put into like combo strings from the default character setups you can use in the online play. But some characters, like in the story mode, like they have the full bullshit loadout that you can't use against other players.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing locally. And I just saw like the absolute insanity that Jax can be, of like just catching you midair, grabbing you, slamming you, flipping you one way, punching you, throwing you in the air, hitting you with a clap. He's like, Jesus Christ, he just took like a half my health bar with one string. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Sounds like Jax.
But yeah,
Jax is broken.
Like the Aaron Black is also pretty bad apparently. Like anybody
I would.
Oh, I loved Aaron Black and
well,
10.
as far as like being broken, like if you're good with Aaron Black
Yeah.
and you catch the right opportunities, he's got some crazy damage output for no reason. Kind of like,
I felt Johnny Cage was broken.
well, like his
Just-
like shadow kick and his
Like it was just that one move. It was he would like act like a mime, and once you punch, he just auto counters. And punches
mime
you.
time, yeah.
Yeah, it's like he could just throw it out in mid combo, and you could attack, and it's just like auto counter. It was so annoying.
Don't fucking say mime time and think you're gonna get away with it. Is that a thing?
I think it is
Yeah, I
literally
think it
called
really
mime
is to
time.
call that.
Why is he
because-
doing mime time?
So he in lore he's the star of a movie called Ninja Mime.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
And there's a skin where he's in like full mime outfit costume. You can unlock in 11, I saw. But yeah,
My
like I
lord.
said, like it was crazy to me. Like when I figured out some of the attack patterns of the AI playing through the story, I knew I could just like back up, do this block, uppercut, do a few attacks to punish, low kick, sweep leg, they push, I uppercut. Like I uppercutted like 40% of my time through that campaign. And uppercutting apparently is like one of the only 2 moves you can do against the final boss fight to actually be successful. I was like, man, this part is bad. Like the final boss fight was really annoying. But man, I love like they really go for like this crazy bad action movie with the story, and
That's
they
good.
reboot time. They just say fuck it. The entire timeline is reset. Like not even like, hey, like we're starting from ground zero from day one. Like it goes that far of a rewind. Like shit starting from Mortal Kombat 1 again, basically, the next time they do one of
But they
these.
did it on screen. That's pretty cool.
Like
Rather than like most games that come out and they're like, yeah, we reset everything.
yeah, like no, they
They said
pay
you're
off
gonna reset everything.
absolute fan service. Like every
That's
inch of this
cool.
game. Like if you've ever liked any moment of Mortal Kombat, like they really pay it all off. It's just
So, speaking of fan service, because we're running late here, has everyone seen Avengers?
Endgame?
Yes.
Yes.
Troll?
yes, sir.
Sweet. I got so many questions.
Oh
So
my
many things
god.
that just boggle my mind with this movie.
Okay, go for it.
All right. First off, what was this chick's name?
I want to
The
just go
robot
ahead
chick.
and say, hey, for the next like whatever the rest of
Oh,
this
yes.
podcast, it's probably gonna be deep spoilers. So
Yeah. Which, yeah, if you haven't seen Endgame by now, go get the fuck out. Go watch it right
Yeah.
now.
It's been out for maybe like 3 weeks already.
Listen, the Russo brothers gave us permission to spoil things.
yeah, they said, hey, after day 5, it's free reign.
But I forgot Gamora's sister's
Nebula?
name.
Nebula.
Nebula. There, you know, what confused me the most, she killed herself. Why
Yeah.
didn't she, perish? She killed her
because
past
it's a different timeline.
Okay, okay. That's
That's gonna be the answer to everything, by the way.
Yeah.
okay. Then how did what happened with Cap? How did he
different.
age?
It's a different timeline.
So the trick is with Cap, like he's supposed to age normally. He would have so
Is he?
Yeah, I thought he aged like he didn't age at all.
No, that's just comic book lore. That's never been established in the movies.
Oh,
Because he was cryogenically frozen.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he didn't get like super old from the 40s to when they thawed him out in 2007 or whenever. But
So I firmly believe that. So there's I can't remember what it is, but there's a movie that or TV show or something. I think it's probably Doctor Who. That time has always been the way it is. His past was his future. By going back in the past, living with Peggy, having kids, that was always in his future.
yeah, like
So
they
that-
never established who Peggy Carter's husband was,
Correct.
and the time chunk from say 1950 onwards to where Endgame wraps up, that would have been about like what it would look like if Cap at that age, if he jumped back to just shortly after, he would have been frozen and lived out his life from that point on. Because let's say he did his jumps, he put the hammer back, he took the stones back to where they needed to go, and if his last stop was 1970 or whatever it was, where they went to that underground base, Tony saw his dad, he sees Peggy Carter like in the other room. If he goes say back to that timeline and he just lived his life from that point on, that's almost 50 years.
Yeah.
He would have
Wouldn't there be
lived.
another
I-
Cap
I-
there?
What's
Well,
that?
Wouldn't there be another Captain America in that timeline?
That
too?
Yes.
Captain America would have still been frozen until 2007 or 2009. And then
So yes,
let's
there were
just
two
say,
Caps.
Cap lived out his life until Peggy dies, and Cap, the current time, the original timeline, Cap goes to see Peggy in the hospital after he gets thawed out. Cap, after he realizes his wife is going to die, he jumps back to the time he was from and lives his life out from that point on.
And yeah, Cap let Hydra happen. He let all these things happen because
They had
he
to.
wanted to live a normal life. Well, he didn't have to. He totally could have double capped it.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to live a normal life. He'd been through so much shit already.
Yeah, he earned it.
Yeah, he earned it. So yeah, I firmly believe, is it out of character? A little bit, but he also said, I'm gonna go get some of that life Tony always talked about.
That's
Which
true.
Tony's a selfish person, so Cap he's done so much, he was like, I'm gonna do this for me now.
Yeah. He's helped so many people.
Yeah.
Why not be selfish for once?
And yeah, so I firmly believe, actually I do think that's the same timeline. I think that's I'm just gonna call it the 616 timeline, because that's what we refer it to in the comic books. That's the primary timeline. The 616 timeline is Cap went back, had kids with Peggy and all that stuff. That is the primary timeline. The secondary and tertiary, all those timelines are Loki taking off with the Tesseract. All the stuff Cap did when he went back.
Yeah.
Those still, I gotta believe those still created separate timelines, even though he put the stones back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. That
We won't know for 10 years, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a lot of room to work.
Yeah, I think they released a movie schedule for the next upcoming years, and I think there's a movie called Dark Avengers coming up after some time after.
I'm telling you right
they
now, that's a
haven't-
bunch of bullshit.
They haven't done a
Marvel-
timeline reveal yet. The only thing we
Not
know
yet.
is Black Panther and Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Well, I think
And-
we know years or something.
Well,
They
we
released
the
some
only
real
movies we
vague
know that
information.
exist right now
Yeah.
are the next Guardians movie, Spider-Man, and Black Panther. We don't know anything
Yeah.
outside of that.
Okay.
Dark Avengers. Yeah, but basically anything Marvel is saying, they're fucking lying, because they do this all the time. Where they're like, look at this thing we're coming out with. Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah, we know, because it's not actually happening. We're just fucking throwing you. Like, dude, the trailer for Spider-Man: Far From Home, where everyone's like, where does this take place? I don't understand. And then Endgame came out, and they released the real trailer with the different dialogue and everything. I fucking love when Marvel does that. Like, the trailers for Endgame, they didn't tell us shit. They didn't show us shit. Those
Yeah.
are great trailers. Marvel is so good at obscuring things. I love that about them.
What I was upset about was I waited all the way after the screens, and there was nothing.
Yeah, they said that before the movie
Yeah.
came out. That there was
I
no.
would have known.
Yeah, the Russo brothers said that straight up. It's like, hey, the only thing you see is the signatures from the original cast.
That was cool.
Yeah, I give you that one. That was cool. But I'm over here thinking, oh, all these people are stupid. They're gonna leave, and I'm gonna see something big.
Yeah, no,
Well,
they
now
checked
they're
Twitter.
showing the new Spider-Man trailer now after.
Have you seen all the versions of the trailer that came out, the real trailer?
I think so.
Because I saw an edit that had all three versions of that trailer put together back to back, and it is
Right.
wild how much the international
It's
version just straight up tells you about that movie.
Oh, maybe I didn't see that.
Yeah, they straight up say Mysterio's from a different universe after the whole
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, he's the multiverse.
Also, in one of the things, there's a scene of Flash. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" And the actual line from the movie is, "Hey, what's up, dickwad?" And then in the other version of the trailer for a different audience, I guess, it's, "Hey, what's up?" And you hear the badly overdubbed butthead, they censored what he was saying as an insult to Pete in this trailer for this thing. But yeah, there's different trailers had different suits. So
Right.
the original kind of version of the trailer has him in the Homecoming suit, but then the actual trailer has him in the straight up Iron Spider suit.
Yeah, and this is another example of Marvel fucking with us, where it's like, what's real? Well, none of it's real until you go see the movie.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, even the stuff they show you, the stuff they're not showing you, also is a big reveal. The time suits from Endgame as they're walking over to the big machine to start the time heist. You don't see Fat Thor behind them. They intentionally don't show you Professor Hulk, any of that stuff.
Oh God, yeah, that.
The
play
stuff
the
they
Hulk out.
obscure, even if they're not actively shooting and doing other scenes to be bait to throw people off. They can still
Yeah.
cut a trailer and give you absolutely nothing and make your
I love
make your
that. That's what
nipples
I want,
hard
though.
thinking about it.
I want to know nothing going into the movie. I would love just to, I don't know, see some visuals. I don't even need trailers. I stopped watching the Endgame trailers because I didn't want to know anything.
Same here.
See,
Wanted to keep it a surprise.
the only thing I'm concerned about going forward is like I will still stand to this day. And tell everybody as a lifelong comic book fan, the X-Men don't make sense in the same universe as the Avengers. Like they're kind of absolutely irreprehensible of each other. And I'm sad at the thought that the X-Men will be in any of these MCU movies, and I hope they don't intermingle. I hope they leave
Not
them
gonna be
alone.
the X-Men that you know.
Well, no, like
It's
the entire point of the X-Men makes absolutely no fucking sense in the world they've already set up currently with
what
the
what
MCU.
makes
Like,
you say that?
well, so here's the thing: the biggest conceit here of why the X-Men and the Avengers being the same universe is kind of fucking dumb, because the strong points of the X-Men working out are these allegories for people becoming safe with themselves, safe with their bodies, discovering their life and who they are, and also these stories about overcoming adversity of racism and all
Right.
this hatred. But they're hated because they have these powers. But everybody fucking loves Cap. Everybody loves Iron Man. People like Thor. Thor's cool. But Nightcrawler, no, fuck that guy. We gotta kill him. We gotta burn his people in the streets. It's like, like the different the way the world treats those characters does not fit between the
I'll
two.
tell you why I think it'd be different, because Cap came from a different age where Cap was the only one, and he's kind of a nostalgia thing. Iron Man, people knew about Tony Stark and he saved the world. He's like, I am Iron Man. Oh, cool, he saved us. Thor is a god, so it's a little bit different. When the X-Men start showing up, and I think it will happen, there's going to be a lot of tragedies that happen. There's going to be a lot of, oh, look at these mutants. Oh, look, they just murdered a bunch of kids on accident. Like what happened in Civil War.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of that stuff. So there's going to be like,
Yeah, they're gonna have to do a lot of work to
yes,
establish
they
a
are.
world where they make sense. But the problem is then nobody should like Thor after that, because Thor isn't a god; he's just an alien. He,
Well, he's considered a god.
like in the traditional mythology, but that was
Yeah.
his people like having contact with Earth back in the day, and that's why they built new new Valhalla in like
Right.
Finland or wherever
Right.
after their home got destroyed. But it's just like so many of these characters. It's like, if you were born with it, you're wrong. If you got it through other bullshit, you're okay. Like, like the story behind Power Man. Like, oh, you were a framed black man in a southern prison, and a crazy doctor experimented on you to try to build super weapons. You're cool. But this guy who has the same powers as you, that was just woke up during puberty one day and has that ability, we've got to like register him. We've got to put him in a home. We've got to keep an eye on him. We've got to lock him
Yeah.
away. But
Well, I think that's going to be, it's just going to be different reactions to how people use their powers. Like, people were freaked out by Jessica Jones. Um, I never saw Iron Fist, so I can't really say I
well,
didn't see.
also
Not,
those shows don't count technically anymore.
isn't Power Man Luke Cage?
Yeah, well, the
Okay.
Netflix shows have nothing to do with the MCU.
Oh.
Right.
That's why they were never able to like
Yeah, yes and
explicitly
no.
say anything.
Right.
They hinted at stuff to make you think, like, oh, the incident in New York, like after the
Right.
Avengers and stuff like that, but they couldn't straight up say any of these other characters or names.
Now, going forward, the Loki show and WandaVision, all that stuff, that's going to be in the MCU.
Yeah, because those are made by Marvel.
Yeah. So that's good. But yeah, I think they're gonna need the X-Men just to fill out the ranks. Just to, yeah, and I do hope we get new Wolverine and all that stuff. I don't want anything from frickin' Bryan Singer's universe. I really don't. This Dark Phoenix movie looks god awful.
Oh my god, I watched like the most
Yeah.
recent trailer for that.
Oh.
I was like, wow, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the Dark Phoenix story, but there's a lot of shit missing from it. It's so, when I say that, there's a lot of shit missing from Infinity War and Endgame, like missing comic book wise, but you don't necessarily notice or care, but there's a lot of shit missing from Dark Phoenix that I don't know. It's not going to be good. We know it's not going to be good. Why do these movies keep coming out?
Like what is switch to BS? The supposedly casting of Batman is
Oh yeah,
like I think it's Robert Peterson.
who is that
Well,
now?
like one of the
The dude
people
that-
that is like on the list right now they were looking at was, Edward from Twilight. Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson is his name.
And
Okay,
to be completely honest, I don't care. I really don't. I didn't like Ben Affleck's Batman. I really didn't. It
He's not
didn't
bad.
bring me in. Like, man, coming from what was this dude's Christian Bale?
Well,
Christian Bale,
I
yeah.
never liked Christian Bale. Like he has
I
like
love his Batman. Loved it.
40 minutes out of 3 movies where he's cool, and then the rest of it he's just kind of bad and annoying. I have a lot of feelings about the Nolan Batman movies.
I think Ben Affleck was a fine Batman, but
Yeah, like,
it's more important that he's a good Bruce Wayne.
Like the Batman v Superman, he is Batman. Like that is exactly Batman as he's ever been written. And then Justice League, no, that movie was bad.
Yeah.
Like
I
Batman,
haven't seen Justice League.
like Batman v Superman was bad, but at least like they committed to the Batman parts and he stood out and he was great. Justice League was just dumb.
Don't forget Suicide Squad.
I liked Suicide Squad.
All right, get
Suicide
out.
Squad was like okay to look at. Like it was just dumb.
Yeah.
Like it was enjoyable. It had, like the longer you sit and you think about like the character setups and how they get here and why the fuck the plot eventually executes. You're like, yeah, that wasn't great. And why the fuck do we spend so much time on Deadshot for no reason when all these other characters like literally like poor Hangman just fucking dies immediately. Like he just
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, to be fair to the Suicide Squad run that movie is based on, like he dies pretty fast in that one too. But like he at least had moments to look cool in the comic book version before he just went out like a bitch.
Yeah. Like they warned him, don't try to escape. And what he did.
Yeah, and I think that was a good thing for them to show. But I haven't seen oh my god, Wonder Woman? Yeah. I haven't seen Aquaman, I haven't seen Shazam. Like,
Aquaman's really good.
I've heard.
I mean,
Like
Yeah,
I
wanna see
haven't
what-
watched Aquaman yet, but Wonder Woman is like watch the first 2/3 of the movie. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
then
worth it. I
Just
don't think it's worth it.
ignore just don't watch the last half. Just say, hey, just think it all works out in the end after, like just because like that. It's so rare I've ever seen anything just fall apart that hard. Like at the end,
Yeah.
Damn.
Like it was bad.
Like, the CG's bad. Like some of the editing is real bad. Like the whole final like fight with the bad guy is bad.
Yeah.
Is the bad
Thanks,
guy
Alan.
Ares?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Even if it's bad, like that's cool that he's in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see those. Shazam's supposed to be really good.
Yeah. My what's it called? My dad wouldn't watch it last week, and he told me that is one of the movies that I have to watch. Like it's really good.
Because
Yeah,
that's
what DC needs to do. They need to just go a little more family friendly. Like they went real fucking dark real fast.
the thing with Shazam and Aquaman is like they have big problems as actual movies, but they're
Yeah.
fun. Like they know what they're doing. They're paying
But
off on the idea of having like a big dumb fun adventure in these worlds with
But
these
that's what
characters.
comic books are. They're
Yeah.
big dumb fun adventures, so it's fine.
Uh,
Like I don't know. They floored it immediately and ran into a fucking wall. And hopefully now they're correcting. And because I want Justice League 2. I really do. I don't understand how they. Can you imagine if they would have started with the Avengers in the Marvel universe?
Like I don't know why they didn't just give everybody, their specific movie before bringing the Justice League out.
I thought that's what was going to happen, and they were like, "No,
Yeah.
Justice first."
Yeah, it's like
Hold on.
what? Why not give Cyborg a good movie? You know, Cyborg is a good character, but I don't know, man. That's upsetting.
Well,
Like to me, that was a stupid decision to bring Justice League out before giving everybody their specific movies.
Yeah.
that's been the issue with Warner Brothers, is that like they just force shit out way too early. I mean, that was the problem with the Dark Knight Rises. Like, hey, you got to have this movie done by this time. Like Christopher Nolan was like, well, I kind of had a plan for 2 more movies. Well, we're not doing 2 more movies, so figure it out, stupid. You got 11 more months.
Yeah.
Put out this terrible movie that has like a few cool scenes.
Yeah, and I'll say like I don't dislike that movie, but I've rewatched the first 2 a few times. I don't know if I really watched Dark Knight Rises
You're not missing
more than
anything.
once.
Like I said, there's probably a 15-minute edit of The Dark Knight Rises that'd be hype as fuck. The rest of that movie is a waste of fucking time. Like
My favorite scene in that movie is when Scarecrow shows up.
Oh,
it's like
man.
like there's a 40-minute edit of The Dark Knight you can make to make that a great movie.
Yeah, I did like Bane though.
Yes.
Like that's the problem, is like people gave the Bane character so much shit, but like Tom
Why?
Hardy fucking nails it. Like
yeah, he's
He
a
could've- he
really
could've
good
been louder.
actor.
That's not his fault.
they made him go out like a bitch, but like you understood his character at least, and
Yeah.
he was fucking a convincing crazy bad
Bane.
guy.
Yeah.
And seeing him break the bat was cool.
What I don't understand is Hispanic. I mean, Spanish, Spanish villain.
I didn't hear a word you said.
Okay, I thought that was on my end. What did you say, Joseph?
Oh, my bad. I said what I don't understand.
Did we lose him?
Hello.
Oh,
I can hear him.
I can't.
Well, that's weird.
Hello?
Yeah,
I
I
can-
hear
I can
Joseph.
hear
All right. Yeah, I just unplugged it and plugged my mic in again.
Okay.
Like with Bane, I'm a really big Bane fan. He's supposed to be Hispanic. Why make him white? Why make him sound British? This
Well-
is the one time us Hispanics had a chance to, go, yeah, we got a good villain out there. No,
Well,
they made him white.
Well, they made him like Serbian. Like he's from like somewhere in like the Middle East almost. Like he's not
Yeah.
even like from like the Americas. Like he's from whatever that weird desert country is that they have that pit.
So they made him, Spanish. I think he was Mexican.
Yeah, well in the comics I believe he's Brazilian, or like
Yeah, that sounds
Brazil
right.
adjacent, because like the country he's from is like this island country like off of the coast of South America,
Yeah.
where the crazy supermax prison he was being experimented on with the venom serum stuff.
Man, I don't know. But he redeemed himself with Venom, so Venom was a really good movie.
Oh, I haven't seen that either.
Oh god.
The only thing Tom Hardy ever had to do was Mad Max Fury Road,
Yeah.
and then I give him a shot. Well, actually,
Yes, brother.
Warriors?
What was that?
Not the actual, gang warriors, but the MMA movie Warriors.
I never saw that one.
Tom Hardy's in there. He plays the brother of the the main character, and man, like that movie, it's something else. It's like a 2.5 hour movie, but it's something I would recommend strongly to watch. It's really good.
Which movie is that?
I think it's called Warriors, if I'm not mistaken. Warrior.
Yeah, that sounds right. That movie name sounds familiar,
Let me see.
but it's just like, the one guy I want to see like get a better shot going forward in a lot of these movies is Eric Bana. Like, because he got fucked in that Ang Lee Hulk movie as the Hulk. But like
The first one.
yeah, the rom-com
Yeah.
with the giant mutant guy. But yeah, so like Eric Bana, like he's Captain Nemo in like that first or second Star Trek reboot movie that came out with like Chris Pine,
Nero. Did you
Nero
say
or something.
Nemo?
Yeah, fuck, I don't
No.
remember. But he's like, the crazy alien bad guy in that movie.
Okay.
He's in this movie called Chopper. From like, it's a movie from when he was in Australia. It's this guy who was this known like mob crime killer that
Why are we talking about Eric Bana again?
I'm just saying like he needs to get another shot going forward, like because he and Tom Hardy are like kind of interchangeable.
At what, you fucking psycho? What are you talking about?
Like if you see them, if you see them at the same time, like they're kind of similar builds. Eric Bana is just like older Tom Hardy basically,
All right.
and it's just like both those guys got treated like bitches in these superhero movies.
Yeah.
And like they need to be given a shot at good movies.
Was he in a superhero movie?
Eric Bana was the Hulk in the first Universal Hulk movie, and Tom Hardy was Venom, and he was Bane. I'm just saying they both got shitty movies.
Yeah.
They
And,
did
I'm
great
looking-
characters
I don't
in
know if I
shitty
saw
movies.
this Hulk movie. Who was the villain in
It
this
was- it
Hulk
was the-
movie?
It was the one with Jennifer Connelly. Was
Was this like the original first Hulk?
the
This
one with
isn't,
the
Edward Norton.
no, that's the one that's part of the MCU. This is the one that was like 3 years before that one.
Who's the Hulk? Eric Bana versus Edward Norton versus Mark Ruffalo. I don't know if I ever saw this movie.
Yeah, it's not
Is this,
great.
Does this have a video game?
No, it's from Ang Lee. So okay, here Ang Lee, like I always tell people this, has the weirdest fucking trilogy of movies back to back in his career. So so he goes Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Let me get the chronology here. He goes the Hulk, the bad Hulk with the sad Hulk meme music.
Christ.
IMDb. Let's pull this up. I want to see like this list. Yeah, he goes. All right, here he goes. So he goes Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Hulk, Brokeback Mountain.
Oh God, what?
like
Oh,
that's
and then Life of Pi.
yeah.
Jeez.
Oh,
like,
and he's got Gemini Man. Oh, that looks awful.
yeah. Well, the thing is, like, Ang Lee makes these poignant like romance films, and like the times they work, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Brokeback Mountain, The Ice Storm is pretty cool. It's an older movie of his. Like he has strong points of where his style works. They tried to make a Hulk movie that was fucking like love story, basically a tragic love story, and it just was fucking bad. Like
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see this. I want to see a new Hulk movie with this Professor Hulk.
well, the problem is they kind of can't.
Oh, that's
yes,
Marvel
they
can't make
can.
Hulk movies.
Yes, they can. They can make Maestro. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, but they can't. So
Yes, they can.
Universal owns the Hulk in films.
Oh, okay.
Marvel doesn't
You're
own
talking,
him.
like storyline wise. I'm like, yes, they fucking can.
No, like they literally can't use him in his own movie
wow.
unless they make a deal with Universal, which basically
They could.
Which basically means they just have to spend all the money and not get much of the money. Universal just gets paid on all this, and Marvel, Disney, they get fucked. So they can rent him out to be in movies with other characters, but he can't be a primary character. He can't be the main character of a movie.
And that could change. But yeah, that's why he's in the Thor Ragnarok movie.
Yeah, but that's the trick. Is Universal is like a holding house. Like they pretty much never sell any of their rights. So
Wow.
yeah, like Hulk is just kind of fucked. Also, Universal is the one that also owns Namor.
Oh, really?
And
They,
they
hinted
own-
at that in Endgame.
I think they own a few other Marvel characters that
Let's face it, it's only a matter of time before Disney buys Universal.
no,
Yeah.
that's not happening. Like Universal is like they'd have to buy Comcast. Universal is a subsidiary of Comcast now.
Damn.
Like that's a massive fucking buyout. Like I went through this like recently after Endgame. I was thinking like, all right, well, how in the world will they get about like getting all their characters back from the different places? Like they finalized like the Fox buyout, so they can get those characters back now. But the Universal ones and like one or two other like fucking characters, they're just fucked on.
But they could also, I mean, they could do Maestro and make him the villain of something, and then he's still in someone else's movie. So yeah, they could absolutely still bring Professor Hulk back and do something with him.
At least something.
I don't think Hulk's. This is probably not going to be a popular opinion. I don't think Hulk's that great of a character to have his own movie, anyways.
Well, the problem is
That's
like
true.
the Hulk works fantastic in two types of stories. One, he's the foil, the big plot point to work around in a story with a bunch of other characters. Or two, it's him not really being the Hulk much. It's him being introspective and it's a character study about Bruce Banner, which that doesn't play well when people want to go see Hulk smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they need to just put him in movies. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, so Universal Pictures owns the entire Hulk franchise.
Right.
So they have the leader, She-Hulk, Abomination, Bruce Banner, Betty Ross, General Ross. Like they've got all of that.
It's still possible for them to work something out where they buy it the right from them, or who knows? Who knows what the hell's going to happen in the future? I just want a Namor movie, and they hinted at it in Endgame when they were talking about that earthquake in the ocean.
Yeah, but the Namor film rights are owned by multiple parties.
Yeah.
And not just Universal, so they've got to make a deal with a couple people to get Namor.
What is it called? I'm looking at this release date for a movie, and it just, I guess, got updated maybe like 44 minutes ago. So we were talking about it earlier. We were talking about Mortal Kombat. Now they're remaking a new Mortal Kombat movie that's supposed to be released March 5th, 2021. So I'm actually kind of really excited for that because I love the Mortal Kombat movies, even though they're cheesy as shit.
They're fucking great.
They're amazing. Now, with this one, with all the updated, what is it called? Technology, the graphics and everything, this is going to be a really good looking movie. A really good movie.
But I hope it's still real cheesy.
Yeah.
That's fine. Not every movie has to be like this grandiose freaking thing. Some can just be cheesy.
And good at the same time. Like, what is it called? The Sharknadoes. Really cheesy, but good.
Won't watch those. That's too much for me. There still has to be some kind of balance.
Too much Tara Reid there for you.
Yeah, no thanks.
Too much white trash in that stew.
Yep.
Now, if I may ask, are you guys excited for this Double or Nothing pay-per-view from AEW?
He doesn't watch wrestling. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for everything AEW.
Yeah, they were announced that they're going to be showing TNT.
Yep.
That's going to be able. I can't wait. I'm actually really excited to have a competitor to WWE.
Yeah, that'll be nice. We might have to. We've been talking to some of the other guys about rebooting our wrestling podcast. So that's local, so maybe we'll just have you over for that one.
That one sounds nice. I love wrestling. I'm actually planning on going to the WrestleMania here, in Tampa Bay.
You probably will too.
That'll be really nice to go see. I can't wait. It'll be my first WrestleMania.
But boys, we do have to wrap this up. My little boy is about to wake up pretty soon.
Yeah. Alrighty. So that's been another episode of this thing. We hadn't done in like 2 months. Because we suck again.
Shut up. Shit happens.
So Jake, where can they find you there, buddy?
They can find me on Facebook, Best in the Realm Gaming, Twitter's Best in the Realm, YouTube Best in the Realm, Twitch Best in the Realm, all those things.
Alrighty, Joseph.
You can find me at twitch.tv/thegamingdevil420. Or in
420,
League of
pow, pow, pow,
Legends,
pow.
Joseph V12.
All right, and I've been TrollBeard. That's TrollBeard with the old underscore. I'm pretty much everywhere. If you just search for that, you'll see me.
And you can find all these things on futurevillains.com. That's FEWTRUEVILLAINS.com.
Dab.
Yeet dab.
Gotta
Bye,
keep it hip, you know?
For the young ones. Huh? All right. Good night, everybody.